Everybody. Dude, I finally found work that feels like play. This is so sick. Alright, let's see here. Okay, gonna hop on live on Instagram. And here we go. Awesome. So, today, just kind of while people are getting loaded in, dressed up a little bit today. No, I'm just kidding. This is just what I was wearing. But yeah, so I just want to read a little bit in regards to my habit. I'm gonna be so for real, okay? Oh, what's up, August? Good to see you, man. Go ahead, drop a habit that you're trying to be more consistent with down in the chat, and we'll re-engineer it. Um, that's what we're going to be spending the majority of the day doing today. So if you've got a habit that you are working on being more consistent with, go ahead, drop that in the chat, and we'll make it into something that'll stick. But yeah, so while people are getting in here, I just want to read a little story from the book that I read this week. The Obstacle is the Way. Great book, highly recommend. Oh, I still gotta post that thing on my story. But yeah, so it's my habit that I'm working on this week is I am working in my book and writing that book for 3 hours. And it's supposed to be from 1 to 4 p.m. I did not do that today. I'm going to be so for real. Y'all can clown on me in the chat. I did not. Oh, praying. Dude, that's a good one. August, what's been the biggest challenge for you so far in praying? Go ahead and drop that in the chat. But I just want to read this story. Unless my boy. Okay, I'll read this story and then we'll talk about praying. So this is Ryan Holiday. He said, in the first years of World War II, there was no worse assignment for British troops than being sent to the North African front. Methodical and orderly, the British hated the grueling weather and terrain that wreaked havoc on their machines and their plans. They acted how they felt, slow, timid, cautious. German Field Marshal General Erwin Rommel, on the other hand, loved it. He saw war as a game, a dangerous, reckless, untidy, fast-paced game. And most important, he took to this game with incredible energy and was perennially pushing his troops forward. For anyone who is joining in here new, go ahead, drop a habit that you are trying to be more consistent with here in the chat. We've got Jaden, Christy, that has been man. I don't really know if I'm pronouncing that right. Roblox, what's up? Justin, good to see ya. If anyone's got any habits they're looking to be more consistent with, go ahead, drop those in the chat, and we will re-engineer them into something that's gonna stick. My name's Max. I'm the habit engineer. That's what I do. I help people revise their habits into something that's gonna stick. Greg, good to see ya. Go ahead, drop a habit in the chat that you're trying to be more consistent with, and we'll work that out. Being vulnerable. Yeah, so my buddy August. Oh, appreciate it, Greg. Means a lot. My buddy August, he dropped in the chat. He's working on praying and building his relationship up with God. And we're talking about being vulnerable with Jesus. That's a hard one. That's hard. I think so maybe August, instead of and this is, let me know in the chat if you think this would be a good idea or not. But instead of necessarily like praying and having like this specific like method to it, maybe I would just try to think with God and like have that be your prayer. And just like picture your prayers not so much as a prayer but as a conversation with your best friend, right? So like the homies that you got at school or at work, or maybe if you're really good friends with family members. Hey Jackson, good to see ya. Go ahead, if you're just hopping on, go ahead and drop a habit that you're looking to be more consistent with in the chat, and we'll re-engineer that, turn it into something that sticks. But yeah, so for me, the biggest thing has been in being vulnerable with Jesus, just treating my relationship with him like he's one of my best friends, and being willing to open myself up has been a lot easier when I've approached it with that mindset rather than I'm just talking to some random dude up in the sky or whatever kind of silly metaphor you want to come up with. But let me know in the chat if you think that would help, August. And then we could, if that hits a chord with you, then we can put that into a specific habit format. What's up, Ethan? Good to see you. Jackson, Greg. Yeah, if anyone's got any habits they're looking to be more consistent with, go ahead, drop those in the chat. Yeah, I'm just kind of trying to not go back and forth between this story and this habit thought train. And I'll work on getting a better setup for y'all. We'll figure that out. I know I'm a little close to the camera. Yeah, so August, let me know how you feel about that, whether you think that'd be a good idea or not. Okay. Well, essentially the point of this war story is to be more aggressive with our action and just take action all the time. Okay. Think with God. Oh, awesome. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So August, I'm glad you like that. That makes me really happy, actually. That's way cool. So let's go ahead and put that in a habit format then. So when we're outlining our habits, there's a triple S method that I developed. Okay, so you want to make your habits small, simple, and specific. And small and simple, pretty self-explanatory. My metric for that is that if you don't feel 100% confident in your ability to stick to your habits every single day from the time that you set it, then it's not simple enough and it's not small enough. And reduce the size and the scope of the habit until it becomes something that you feel 100% confident in your ability to achieve every single day. So that's small and simple. And then for specific, when we're setting specific habits, we want to make sure that you have a specific what, when, and where to your habit that you're making. So for this example, if we're talking about praying, you could pick a prayer, whether it's a morning prayer, nighttime prayer, or if you're just trying to be more consistent with praying, just pick a time that works. So in saying like, okay, usually I'm getting ready to go to bed around 10, 11, midnight, whatever. And you say, okay, at midnight, I'm going to what? say a prayer and just think with God and treat him like he's my best friend. When at midnight and where, kneeling beside my bed or kneeling in my bed or whatever, however feels comfortable for you to pray works for God. Obviously, as a deity, we want to show him respect and stuff, but all God really wants is your best effort. And some days, kneeling just isn't your best effort, and that's okay. I know I've had days like that. But so drop a chat down there if that makes sense, about the format for your habit, and then if you wouldn't mind just writing out your version of the what, when, and where, so kind of adapt that to what it's going to look like in your own life. And then I'll drop a link for you in the chat here. And I can get you, here's this. Oh, that didn't drop as an actual link, I don't think. That's awkward. Go ahead and click the link in my Instagram bio, and then if you sign in and sign up for my group there, the Accountability Lab, I can get you a free habit accountability tracker that I built. And then you can just fill out a quick form, and it'll send you email reminders to update you on what your habit is, help keep you accountable to it, and all that kind of good stuff. So I really like it. I use it myself. I think it's been super helpful for just helping me to keep track of things and push my habits forward, stay accountable. Yeah, so drop that in the chat when you've got it put together. For any new people who are hopping on here, just go ahead and drop a habit that you're looking to be more consistent with in the chat, and we will re-engineer it. I am a habit engineer, or the habit engineer. That's what I do. So, yeah, go ahead, drop that in the chat. A habit you're looking to be more consistent with, if you've got one, and if you don't, you probably should, because habits are the building blocks of character. Whether that's for good or bad is up to you. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so whatever time you go to bed, make that your when. Where can be sitting in a chair, kneeling in your bed, kneeling by your bedside, sitting up, I don't know, whatever floats your boat. And then the what is just saying that prayer and thinking with God, treating him like he's your best friend, and just really opening up that dialogue, that communication. I do that all the time. Honestly, it's my favorite. It makes me really happy. And it allows me to process a lot of things that I wouldn't otherwise, and receive a lot of guidance that I wouldn't otherwise, because I'm opening myself up to just like kind of thinking with God. So cool. I'm glad that worked for you. Yeah, anyone else who is hopping on here, just go ahead, drop a habit that you're looking to be more consistent with there in the chat. And we will we'll re-engineer that for you. And then here I'll keep reading this story because I like it and I need a reminder of it too. So in the first years of World War II, there is no worse assignment. This is Ryan Holiday. Sorry. The Obstacle is the Way. Great book. Go buy it. In the first years of World War II, there was no worse assignment for British troops than being sent to the North African front. Methodical and orderly, the British hated the grueling weather and terrain that wreaked havoc on their machines and their plans. They acted how they felt, slow, timid, cautious. German Field Marshal General Erwin Rommel, on the other hand, loved it. He saw war as a game, a dangerous, reckless, untidy, fast-paced game. And most important, he took to this game with incredible energy and was perennially pushing his troops forward. The German troops had a saying about him: where Rommel is, there is the front. That's the next step, ramming your feet into the stirrups and really going for it. That's definitely not what they say about most leaders today. While overpaid CEOs take long vacations and hide behind email autoresponders, some programmer is working 18-hour days coding the startup that will destroy that CEO's business. And if we were honest, we're probably closer to the former than the latter when it comes to the problems we face or don't face. While you're sleeping, traveling, attending meetings, or messing around online, the same thing is happening to you. You're going soft. You're not aggressive enough. You're not pressing ahead. You've got a million reasons why you can't move at a faster pace. This all makes the obstacles in your life loom very large. For some reason, these days we tend to downplay the importance of aggression, of taking risks, of barreling forward. It's probably because it's been negatively associated with certain notions of violence or masculinity. But of course, Amelia Earhart shows that this isn't true. In fact, on the side of her plane, she painted the words, "Always think with your stick forward." That is, you can't ever let up on your flying speed. And if you do, you crash. Be deliberate, of course, but you always need to be moving forward. And that's the final part. Stay moving, always. Like Earhart, Rommel knew from history that those who attack problems and life with the most initiative and energy usually win. He was always pushing ahead, keeping the stampede on the more cautious British forces to devastating effect. And so that hit a chord for me in just advocating for action. I totally agree with Ryan here. I don't necessarily condone aggressive action. I think you can get what you want and act in a way that isn't considered like aggressive, overbearing, that kind of thing. But I don't think that's what he meant either. And if you are hopping in here, go ahead and drop a habit that you're looking to be more consistent with in the chat, and we'll re-engineer it. But I think that the point here is that we need to be predisposed to action. And that predisposition needs to be always on. There's a quote from John D. Rockefeller that I really love. He just says, "Action solves everything." And it's not the understanding here needs to be, it's not that action solves your problems. It's that when you are taking action, you are working on solving your problems. And so that effort that you are taking will ultimately solve the problems in your life that you have. And so it's just, are we consistently taking action? Are we predisposed to act rather than be objects to be acted upon? And that's something big for me. And one of the biggest things that I took away from The Obstacle is the Way when I read it last week generally is just that the biggest obstacle in your life is the one that you need to be acting to move right now. And when you do that, when you undertake that effort, is when you'll find the most success. Oh, what's up, Ethan? Good to see you, man. But yeah, your biggest success lies on the other side of your biggest obstacle. That's essentially the book. So with that being said, unless anyone else has, oh, what's up, Crow? Good to see you, man. Um, if you want to go ahead, drop a habit in the chat that you're looking to be more consistent with, I'd love to re-engineer that for you, with you, and make that into something that sticks. If you got one, if you don't, think about it. Hop back on tomorrow, and we can chat about it then. But I'll give you a second if you want to drop that there in the chat. Okay, I think we've only got one person on here. All right. Yeah. So I think that'll wrap things up for today. We'll be back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. PST, and you guys can keep me accountable to my habits, and I will keep you accountable to yours. Go ahead and join the Accountability Lab at the link that I have in my bio or here in the chat, and you'll get access to my free habit accountability tracker, and we'll see you soon. Keep the change, keep changing.